Hey, Mike with MacDonald.com here, and do you feel like your Facebook ads aren't working? Well, in today's video, I'll be walking you through the top 10 reasons your Facebook ads aren't converting, so let's get into it. Now, there's several reasons why your Facebook ads might not be working, but the first reason is that you're targeting the wrong people. Now, one thing that a lot of new business owners tend to have is the mindset that everyone can benefit from their products. And certainly that might be the case in some scenarios, but when you have the mindset of marketing to everyone, you're really marketing to no one. And so what you really need to do is hone in your targeting and make sure that you're targeting the right people. And there's several different ways to do that. So the first thing that you want to consider is your ideal customer avatar. Have you mapped that out? Do you know your ideal customer's pain points, their goals, their needs, their wants? What influencers do they follow and pay attention to? What kind of books do they read? What kind of shows do they watch? What kind of celebrities do they follow? Really, the list goes on and on. But this is one area you really want to pay attention to, because the key to successful Facebook ads is targeting the right interests that your ideal customers are also interested in. So again, to start off, you want to plug in those influencers that they might be following, some of those key authors they might be interested in, or just general concepts that they might be interested in as well. So maybe it's health and fitness, maybe it's personal development. Plug those in as those base interests, and slowly your targeting can evolve over time to improve on that by creating audiences based on specific activities people do when they engage with your ads, and even lookalike audiences based on things like your customer list, lead lists, and more. But make sure you're targeting the right people, as it's a key foundation to building successful ad campaigns. The second reason your Facebook ads aren't working is you have bad messaging on your ad copy. And so what does this really mean? Well, basically what happens is a lot of times people really just focus on the features of their products and services instead of the benefits behind them. There's not really a structure to their Facebook ads, so they just talk about things like they offer this and this and that, instead of what those features actually do for the customers and the benefits that they're trying to achieve by using your product or service. So kind of a general framework that you want to implement when you're setting up your Facebook ads to get the best results. First, you want to start off by highlighting some type of pain point or issue or goal that your ideal customer is trying to achieve. And maybe they're struggling with achieving it, or they're not achieving it fast enough, whatever the case might be. So maybe you are in the fitness space and you're trying to help people lose weight and get healthy. You might focus on the pain point of them feeling like they don't have enough time to work out, and maybe you have a solution that they can fit into their busy day. Again, highlight that pain point first. Second, you want to talk about some of the features of your offer, but really what those features give you in the form of benefits as a solution to the problem that you highlighted in the start of your ad copy. So again, back to that fitness example, are you struggling to find the time to work out every day? Well, in our simple workout program, we've broken it down in 10-minute increments where you can easily find minutes a day around your busy schedule to reach your fitness goals. So again, something like that, where you take that first pain point, you highlight a feature of your product, you showcase the benefit they get from that feature as a solution to that problem in the first part, and then the third step is to highlight some type of call to action. So again, back to this example, your call to action might be, so download our free 10-minute workout guide today, and then it links to a landing page where they opt in to get that workout plan. Again, so pain point, you highlight a feature that provides a benefit that's a solution to that pain point, and then you have a call to action to drive people to your offer or the action you want them to take. Registering for a webinar, downloading a lead magnet, buying a product and service, whatever the case might be, you include that call to action at the end. The third reason your Facebook ads aren't working is that your ad creative, or the images or videos that you're using, isn't attention grabbing, or it doesn't even resonate with your ideal customers. So again, there's a couple things that go along with this. One common issue is people just use stock photos. And there's a time and a place for those for sure, but most people can spot a stock photo a mile away. So when you're promoting your business, you want to use real photos, preferably of your customers using your service or your staff and employees performing the service. Again, people live in action, using your products and services, receiving the benefits. Those are the type of images you want to use in your ads. You could also use videos or testimonials, highlighting positive reviews from your customers. There's a lot of different options, but you want to make sure it's engaging and draws people's attention. On top of that, you want to use ads that fit naturally on the platform. Again, circling back to those stock photos, a lot of people use those and they really stand out, but in a bad way as you're scrolling through a news feed. So again, you want to fit the platform where you're advertising, as that's going to help you get better results with your Facebook ads. The fourth reason your ads aren't converting is that you're using the wrong campaign objective. I see this a lot in Facebook ads when people are trying to run them on their own. They're choosing the wrong objectives for their ads. So for example, let's say they are trying to sell a product, and instead of using a conversion campaign, which is optimized for sales, they're instead using something like a traffic campaign where they're just trying to get people to the landing page. But the reality is that's not the real action you want people to take. You want conversions, so you should set up your ad as an optimization for conversions. Or again, a lot of times we see people running ads for vanity type metrics that don't necessarily really matter. So they're running like campaigns or engagement campaigns. Now, certainly there's the potential that those could work into your advertising plan, but there's many layers to that, and there's often remarketing involved to remarket people that maybe have liked a page or that are engaging with your ads or have watched a certain percentage of a video. So again, there might be still reasons to use those type of campaigns, but you want to make sure that you're choosing the right campaign based on your overall goal. And a lot of times we see people choosing the wrong optimization strategy for their goal of those ads. So that could be a major reason your ads aren't working. The fifth reason your ads aren't working is that your end offer isn't a good fit for what your ideal customers are looking for. So again, as I mentioned before, you really want to hone in on your ideal customers' pain points, their goals, what they're trying to achieve, and how your product or service can help them reach those goals. And so if your back-end offer isn't congruent with those things, or again, maybe you're offering some type of lead magnet up front that provides value, that is a guide of some sorts or a video series, and then your back-end offer after that isn't congruent with that lead magnet, it can screw up the results of your ads. So something to keep in mind that whatever your base ad is going for, make sure the back-end offer is congruent, it flows naturally in that sales process, and if it doesn't, you might want to reconsider the offer you're advertising and make some tweaks, because again, that could be a reason your ads aren't working. The sixth reason your ads aren't working is that you aren't advertising throughout the entire buyer's journey. And so again, a common mistake people make when they're running Facebook ads is they only run ads for the sale. So they're running ads, they're directing it at a cold market, someone that's never heard of your business before, they haven't seen any of your content before. Some cases, they maybe don't even know that they have the problem that your product or service can solve. And so ideally, what you want to do is bring people through the entire buyer's journey with your Facebook ads. So you first might start off with some type of awareness campaign. So again, maybe it's an engagement campaign based around a value-based post. It's a longer post. It sheds some light on some issues your ideal customers are dealing with. If they engage with that, it shows that they have an interest in that activity. That could be an option that you would remarket to them later. Or again, maybe it's a value-based video that educates them on some key points that they're dealing with and how you can be a solution to that problem. Again, you might retarget people then that watch that ad with a secondary offer of downloading a lead magnet, signing up for your newsletter, even buying your product and service at that point. And so as I mentioned, this remarketing is really essential because it can help guide people step by step through that buyer's journey. So you might target a lower barrier to entry point to your business, like an educational video. It doesn't really raise a lot of resistance to watch a video that's helpful to you, but then it might cause some resistance if you've never heard of a company and they're trying to get you to buy their product immediately and you don't know, like, or trust them yet. So again, you might do that value first, follow up with a lead magnet, a little more value that's free, and then after that, follow up once again with your offer. So again, bring people through every single step of your journey, as that can really help increase the conversion rates and can help you build that warm audience to remarket to, which can lead to massive success with your Facebook ads. The seventh reason your Facebook ads aren't working is that your landing page isn't optimized. Now, this isn't technically on the Facebook ads platform, but where you're sending people really matters. And if you're sending someone outside of the Facebook platform, they need to get to a landing page that delivers the promise that you're talking about in the ads. So if you're offering a free lead magnet, a free guide, a download, and they get to some page and it's something totally different, they're likely not going to convert. They're not going to sign up. They're not going to buy. Or if the page looks totally different than the imagery on your ads, or if you're sending people to a website or a landing page that's different than the page that's advertising. Again, these little things matter and add up to send potential red flags to people seeing your ads, and it can really hinder your conversion rates. Maybe your landing page is really slow, so they try and click on your ads and it takes forever for your page to load, and they just abandon it and they go somewhere else. They move on to the next thing. Again, all these little factors can make the difference of why your ads are successful or not, so definitely pay attention to the landing page, where you're sending people to, and make sure you're optimizing that on a regular basis to maximize results. The 8th reason your ads aren't working is you aren't tracking effectively. Now, there's things like your Facebook pixel that you want to make sure that you install on your website and on all of your landing pages, but you also want to make sure that you properly install the different events that Facebook is also tracking. So again, there's some of the common events that you want to install in addition to the pixel are things like the lead event. Maybe it's a complete registration if you're going for people to register for a webinar. It's things like initiating checkout. So if they start the sales process, you want to track that. Adding to cart. If they've clicked the add to cart button and they go to a different page, you want to mark that down. If they purchase, if they're a buyer, you want to track that as well. And through many of these steps in the process, you can even add values to them to really track the income that you're generating from these activities. Or again, if you break down what the true value of a lead is for your business, you can track that as well and assign a value to that on the back end. So you know when people come through the funnel, how profitable your ads are and what type of return on investment you're actually making. And if you're not tracking these type of things, it's going to be really hard for you to analyze whether your ads are profitable as well as if your ads are even working. So again, if you don't have those tracking codes for things like a lead or a complete registration or a purchase, and you're running conversion campaigns optimized for those events, well, if that data is not there, Facebook can't really fully optimize, and so it can lead to subpar results and make it seem like your ads aren't working. So again, definitely make sure you implement proper tracking in your Facebook ads. Now, along with this tracking, I mentioned it a little bit, but the 9th reason your ads aren't working is you're not optimizing your ads themselves. I talked about optimizing the landing page, and that's really important, but you also want to pay attention to key metrics that determine whether your ads are working properly or not. And so some of the key ones, obviously, conversions is very important, cost per conversion. If those things are off, that can be some potential red flags that your ads aren't working. But on top of that, there's other key metrics you want to look at as well. And so this can be things like the number of clicks, the cost per click, the click-through rate, the landing page view percentage. All of these things play a factor in whether your ads are successful. So again, kind of a general rule of thumb, depends on what your ads are offering, what the end goal is, but in general, you want to look for a cost per click of around $1 and then a click-through rate over 1%. Now, obviously, those numbers could be a little bit different if you're making sales on the back end and it's still incredibly profitable, but that's kind of a general rule of thumb that if they're not in those ranges, you might need to make some tweaks and changes to your ads to get better results. So again, some of the common things you might change in your ads if they're not working, or if the numbers are outside of those ranges, can be the ad creative. So the images you're using, the videos you're using, the ad copy, what your ads are actually saying, the landing page people are going to. You might also change the targeting. So maybe the interests you're targeting aren't the best interests to be using, and you need to target somebody else. So these are things to pay attention to and continually optimize as you're running your ads. Now, the 10th reason your Facebook ads aren't working is that you don't have an effective sales process and follow-up system on the back end. And so this isn't technically on the Facebook platform, but if this is missing, it can be a key reason why you're not seeing results that you could be. I've seen this a lot in many different industries where people set up lead generation ads, or they're generating ads from people requesting estimates for their services. And then for some reason, they aren't getting results. And they're like, these ads aren't working. We're not targeting the right people. And, if we're targeting the wrong people, but they're still opting in and signing up for the offer, that's kind of incongruent. So it's like people are getting to that step of requesting an estimate, getting a quote, downloading your lead magnet, but if they're not converting on the back end, certainly targeting can be a part of it, but often it's more the sales process after that. After someone becomes a lead, after they request an estimate, after they request a quote, if you're not converting them, there's a good chance there's an issue with the sales on the back end. So things you might want to consider is how often are you following up with these leads when they come into your funnel? Do you have a sales process in place? How soon do you actually follow up with these leads? Is there an email follow-up series in place to continue to nurture these leads when they come in from your ads? All of these different things can be a big factor of why your ads are working or not. So definitely keep that in mind. If you're seeing good click-through rates, if you're seeing good cost per click, if the conversion rates are looking good on the front end, if all of those things seem to be working, but you're not getting sales on the back end, you might want to evaluate things like your sales process and the follow-up on the back end, because again, often those are where the breakdown is happening and why you aren't generating sales or seeing success from your Facebook ads. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you got some benefit from this, be sure to hit that like button as it really helps out the channel. And if you'd like more tips and training on running a profitable business with digital marketing, paid ads, and automation, we've got a free training in the link below where you can download that and learn how to generate more targeted traffic, leads, and sales for your business. So be sure to access that free guide in the link in the description below. And if you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications to get the latest updates of new videos we put out to help you build a profitable business. But once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you more soon.